you've heard of this term, lawnmower parents. It's used to describe parents that go to whatever lengths necessary to prevent their child from facing adversity, struggle, or failure. Parenting contributor Belinda Palacios is in today to talk about this sort of new parenting trend. We know helicopter parents, those are kind of the parents that hover over their children all the time. This is going a step further, right?
It is. The lawnmower parent will at all costs do whatever they've got to do to clear the road and the path of adversity. So they're mowing it down for them ahead of time.
And you see that this is kind of coming from a good place, but obviously this can be super detrimental.
It can, and I think, you know, we as parents, you know, no one wants to see their kids struggle. They don't. It's hard. And, you know, and then you go back and you revert and you think of when you were growing up and just how hard those times were, and you want to, like, sometimes protect your child from some of that, but you can't, because it is through those challenges and through that adversity to where life's lessons are best learned.
And, you know, a lot of parents, I can think, might be coming from a place where they experienced, I mean, that's what they're just, maybe they had a parent that wasn't super present, or was maybe, you know, stricter or something like that. And so they're trying to do sort of the opposite.
Yeah, they're trying to make up for what happened to them, you know, maybe to where they didn't feel their parent was supportive enough or kind of abandoned them in a tough situation. And so they're not going to let that happen at all. So they go above and beyond.
And so as a child ages, they're always looking for that person then to bail them out of those tough situations.
They are. You know, kids who have parents that will move all obstacles out of their path, what they do is they do not learn how to manage things on their own at all. They're always looking for somebody else to do it. And one of the things that you see is just personal responsibility. Blaming others. It's never my fault. You know, if this hadn't happened, you know, woe is me kind of thing. To where people, you know, we want our kids, if they make mistakes or if they don't do the right things, to learn from it and to make those adjustments and move forward and not repeat the, you know, the past over and over.
Do you think this can impact a child's self-esteem too? Like, isn't there some sort of growth and pride that comes from overcoming an obstacle too? And if you don't experience it, then that's a problem.
You know, when you are not allowed, especially when you get into your, you know, your teen years, when you're not allowed and you don't have the opportunity to figure things out on your own, it can really, you will begin to think that you're not capable of doing it. And so when you don't think you're capable of doing it, then you're always going to look to somebody else to do it for you.
For sure. Okay, so what are some ways that parents can really avoid being that lawnmower parent?
I think one of the things that they can do is just teach those kids responsibility. Have them have those chores, have the responsibility not only within the family but also with school. You know, if assignments are missed, if tests are failed, whatever the case, it's the child's responsibility as a teen to talk to that teacher.
And you do want to make sure that you're, you know, doing this in an age-appropriate way.
That's right.
But you want to make sure that you're encouraging your kids to go talk to those teachers, to go talk to those coaches. Are they going to miss practice? You, as a parent, don't tell the coach. You, as the kid needs to go and tell the coach.
Because what parents need to realize is there's going to come a day when they're not going to be able to step in for those kids. Because when your child turns 18 years old, there's certain people you cannot, that they will not give you information on your child. Like universities, you have a hard time getting information from the university. That is all strictly between the child and that entity. Doctors, dentists, you know, they have to sign release forms because they are considered an adult, and so they have to know how to be able to maneuver, you know, through those life circumstances.
And so that's your challenge, is just really encouraging kids to start practicing those behaviors early.
It is, and if you see yourself as a parent kind of getting into the habit of going in and saving the day all the time, physically take a step back and understand that those things are going to help your child in the long run. It's going to move them towards independence, and it's going to move them into the kind of adult that you want to have around.
Good advice today for sure. All right, Belinda, thank you so much. Stick around, everybody. We've got more Studio 4 right after this short break.